So the studio's manic, as it has been a lot recently. Getting these videos fitted in is getting more and more difficult and becoming the biggest stress of my week. So Rob and Si are still cracking on with the ATATs this week. Captain Greebly is on with the Greeblies for the B-Wing, and we threw it out yesterday to ask any questions you might have about the B-Wing. So put the questions together. There was quite a few asking the same thing, so we kind of merged them together, and I've been round and had a chat with the guys, and here is hopefully all the answers that you need regarding the B-Wing run. Will all 3 variations be available?
Yes, they will be, yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, all 3 that we've shown will be available.
The visor looks a lot more orange than the previous Hyperdrive exclusive.
Okay. Well, as you know, we've had issues with visors before, just looking at the Y-Wing, whether it was pink or whether it was, some of them look like a bluey colour and some of them look like the orange. We've basically gone back to the source material to get as much information as we could.
I don't know what access they had to pictures of the B-Wing helmet, but I know we have some pretty good pictures as well as screenshots, but we have some pretty good pictures of an original B-Wing helmet.
Don't know much about the Hyperdrive exclusive. I didn't look too closely at it. We've gone back to the reference that we've got, which is a very good reference, and it looks very orangey in that reference.
I mean, you've got to take into the fact that people are taking photographs in different light, there's different exposures and stuff like that.
I mean, the debate really is it orange or is it yellow? That's another can of worms.
By looking at different photographs of the same helmet from different angles and then determining what we see is the right colour.
I'm pretty sure ours are as close as you can get it.
What do you never do?
Oh, copy someone else's copy.
Schoolboy error. Always go back to the source material.
Also, one question you haven't asked me
What?
is...
Do you love me?
Yeah, well, you know I love you. Because you look so much like your mum. But do you like my hat?
Were there any more B-Wing style helmets identified within the Star Wars movies, or was it just these 3?
Si's going to be able to answer this a lot better than me because he's been doing a lot more research on this.
Yes, they were more identified. Although the production, they never made a cockpit for the B-Wing. They ran out of time. The intention was they were going to have all these different variant helmets within the cockpit scene, like they did with the A-Wing. Unfortunately, production were never able to do that. There are scenes where you can see the 3 helmets that we do in the briefing room, and there are others I'm aware of. Well, I'm just doing some research now actually to find them in the scene at the end where they're on Endor.
I'm going to say I believe there is, because I can already think of one that is in the archive now, and this is aside from the ones that are sold at Prop Store as prototypes and stuff. I'm not sure what they are. Prototypes, I guess.
For me, I'm sure there was a couple more, but I'm not entirely sure. I need to have the book in front of me to tell you. But I thought there was a couple more.
Will you offer this as a kit?
No plans to at the moment.
Pass. That's ultimately up to Rob and Si. Even though I look like I've got my fingers in all the pies. Stuff like that is up to Rob and Si.
I wouldn't say we've got plans to offer this as a kit anytime soon.
What stand will it ship with?
Well, for those that got the chest box, it will ship with the piece that attaches to the chest box stand to make it all in one.
Now it'll be a specific stand to cradle the B-Wing helmet.
That's been in development for a little while now. When we started the chest boxes.
For those that are just buying the helmet itself, it'll just be a modded variant on our stand that we have, so it matches everything else you've got.
The idea being the chest box stand will accept the cradle so that it all becomes one piece. We might have a bit of a mock-up image that we can show you from in the past. The standard stand kind of doesn't work.
So will it be the standard stand with a different top? Because the question's been around, you know, will it match people's? They want it to match like their X-wing helmet stands and stuff. So
Yeah,
is it just the top's going to be different?
It's going to be this stand with a different, with a cradle that goes on the top. We're working out the tubes, but I mean the modular tube system will still work. It all depends how high you want it to sit. But there's going to be basically a different top that will hold it, similar to the B-Wing chest box.
You'd kind of answer, but will it have the piece to make it fit with the chest box stand?
Yes.
How many can I buy?
Well, I'm not sure how big the run is going to be as yet. We'll make them available. We're going to hopefully make them available, so if you want one each, you can have one each.
There are some people who are going to be big fans of the Rebel pilots, and they're going to want all three. So yeah, there's not a limitation on that, because that'd be kind of weird.
What is the run size?
Run size is I'm not too sure, because there's the people who've got the chest box, and then there are other people who didn't get the chest box who are probably going to want one of these. So run, I mean, in an ideal world, our typical run is 100, and that's a big enough number for a project. So in an ideal world, 100 of each would be the max I would like to do.
So what is the maximum head size this will fit?
I don't actually know, but I mean, it's fine if you're gonna buy it for display. But the head size, I'd say because of the visor, it's quite tight to get on. So I really don't know the actual head size.
Head size for the B-Wing. So we've got some Q&As on the B-Wing.
Yeah.
What's the head size? Won't fit on mine. Won't fit on my head, and I am medium. I am a medium. Is this question just a joke? Did somebody actually ask this, or are you just trying to have a little bit of fun with me?
We've had 2 people specifically ask this in the last... Well, actually, one person said, I wonder if it'll fit on my... This is their line, my watermelon-sized head.
So no, it will fit on a human adult head, but not mine. You're going to need a small head. Let me rephrase that. You're going to need a little head.
I couldn't say, because I know I can't get my head in it, and if, as you've seen, Rob can't get his in his. There's basically 3 or 4 pilots, and there's 2 females and 2 guys that are very slender. So you don't really see anyone. You see them carrying them, but you don't actually see anyone wearing one.
Okay, the flight cap. It's a bit of an anomaly. We never see the flight cap and the helmet worn together.
We can't find any sort of reference as to the 2 together.
We see B-Wing pilots in the briefing room, one of which has the flight cap on his head.
With the helmet under the arm. That's about as much as you ever see.
And there's no evidence to show that they're worn together. You need a very small head to fit the flight cap and the B-Wing helmet on together. We do see it on the A-Wings, but that's a guy that we think might be quite slight, and 2 women who presumably have got smaller heads. So are we going to do it?
Maybe in the future. That's about as much as I can give you at the minute.
We're developing one for another project, so it could come along. However, I can't see them. We're not going to make it, we're just helping develop it. But I can't see them being really cheap.
The cost of finding the fine part, because you can still get them on eBay. I don't think it's going to be that much of a saving in cost. I think the last time I looked, they were getting close to around about £100 for a found part, and I don't think there would be that much different made from us.
So I think at this point, my point of view is if you really want the flight cap to go with it, which I'm probably not going to do myself, you might be better just finding a found part one.
When will it launch? Oh, well, whatever day it is today. I thought I heard Rob saying perhaps in about a month.
It's going to launch soon. I would say we're looking at the next couple of weeks.
That's down to Rob.
The last question now is, what will the cost be?
All right, okay. Not sure. We're still working it all out from all the different components. There's a lot of components on this.
No idea as yet, because we're still, we've got all the greeblies and everything now for each individual helmet. It's now a case of working out the production time.
And the feasibility of a signature edition. Personally, I'm leaning away from that. But never say never. We're looking at all options. I think a lot of these questions that are being asked, I need to ask questions back. Like, is a signature edition what people want? Medium.
You can't prove it's a medium. I mean, it looked quite difficult to get off your head then, so.
You ever worn a crash helmet properly?
Wedging something on that's 2 sizes too small isn't counted as wearing it properly.
In your face.
I mean, I can see it protecting the top of your head, but not those jowls that are forced out the bottom.
I just want to prove medium head, 58 centimetres, and I can't get the B-wing on. I could before we put the visor on, but that braces the whole thing.